What is happening, y'all? Welcome on back. If you haven't already, smash that like button and subscribe. I really do appreciate it, and it helps the channel out a lot. If you click that notification bell, it will let you know every time that I go live or post another video. So I guess let's get back on into this. Talk to these people that we gotta talk to. Of course I don't have the... And as always, we're gonna be exploring every little nook and cranny. At least I'm going to make an effort to.
You're safer inside the walls.
Sells for 16. I mean, let's just hold it in case. Yeah. In case I need to sell it. If not, we can always break it down to parts. Let me check out the map for this area. Where's the zoom out? Actually, ain't that big of a location. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make. You're safer inside the walls.
We've got several objectives in this place. One of them looks like it's in here. Ain't nobody around, I'm just gonna take it. know when you're hidden. Maybe that's... Oh, I think it's those little lines. I don't know where that vending machine is. Damn it. What up there? Collectible. Oh, there's the vending machine. Let's go to sell. We're gonna get rid of this junk. Make us a little bit of money. I don't see anything in here worth a damn. Extend O site. That's 1,000? No.
You're some sort of freelancer?
Glad he didn't see me stealing. I don't know what he's talking about anyway. I didn't steal anything. Damn. Don't have the required... Oops. Oh, wait, here. Shit. I wanted to see if it's better than mine. 134. 134. Same as mine.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you. Shit. Silas still on about that? Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Not half as awful as the bill Eugene left us with. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Don't make me report you to Mr. Top.
Go away. How much is this worth? 5?
Just gotta keep our heads up. Oh damn, there's a guy in here. Huh? I don't have time for this.
Well, I'd like for you to leave so I can steal. Just gonna do a save. In case I'm caught. I think I'm actually going to put that on. What I've currently got does nothing for me. It's just high in armor, 17 armor. And this will boost my science up by 3. Good he didn't see that. I don't know how the hell he didn't see that, but whatever. Don't seem to be anything down here. This is my main quest here. Oh. Damn elevator.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The can's bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting a cartoon of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you?
The introductions, you must be the town boss. Are you Reed? Obviously it is. It says Reed.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Shirt, pants, work boots, company-approved colors. The, honorable apparel of a loyal worker?
Let's skip the small talk. I've got a ship need a power regulator. I think you have the wrong idea.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Yeah, I've been there.
That's right, you've been there. Good. That gives me hope. I have nothing against Adelaide and her followers, you see. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations. Neither do I. The fault was entirely mine. I pushed them too hard. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. You spoke with them? Are they keeping well? Believe me, I have tried. Law knows I have tried. But nonetheless, they did speak to you, or at the very least, refrained from opening fire. Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith, for so politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
You gained a companion. Their characters join you to provide combat support. Skills enhance your skills. Increase your carrying capacity. Some people may require completing another place before they resist you. You can check your quest log for dependencies. Parvati can now join the party.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
My offer remains Go ahead. It is my job to keep two eyes on my town. I am the steward of this place, and this is my watch post. I'm trying to remember 25 years, 26. I remember looking out this window and seeing the times change, people change, but I wish you wouldn't say things. Yes, as a man. When I stand at my window and look out over we are all part of the Spacer's Choice family. We are all... This is a Spacer's Choice town. We're all part of the space... Loyalty's got nothing to do with it, friend. Go ahead. That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathe the people of Edgewater, you see. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past my flaws and return to town. Scripture tells us we all have our purpose in the world. Our work shows us that purpose. We should not have to move on from it. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague, but it is why we must square our shoulders and carry on. Losing Adelaide was the hardest. She was our only flavor specialist. When she walked away, I knew we were in trouble. Spacer's Choice Saltuna is renowned across the system for its quality flavors and additives. We used to sell citrus-flavored Saltuna in our heyday. Ever since Adelaide left, we have been reduced to selling unflavored and spearmint. Go ahead. Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors, borderline inedible. Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with saltuna galore. No other brand of saltuna adds as much vim or vigor to the body's humors. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us, saltuna is hard to come by, what with being a species indigenous to the seas of another world. Oh, we've scavenged together some organic material from the surrounding environs. Mostly organic, mostly local mushrooms. Some of which possess a texture akin to a well-boiled slab of saltuna. The difference is all but impossible to detect to any but the prissiest of palate. Go ahead. Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up. If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. So I have to choose. It is not easy for me, and the moment it becomes easy is the moment I am no longer fit to serve. Spacer's choice is a family, and the survival of the family is more important than the survival of the individual. That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. Disease always lurks on the fringes of society, waiting to infect the idle and the lethargic. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse and increasingly frequent.
I believe I do have a medical.
Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude, and it is one we will see through to the end. Go ahead.
I think I've exhausted
My offer remains standing.
everything. Well, let's just tell him I'll help him.
Thank you. I can't tell you how much this means to me. The plant's not been maintained for years. Head into the plant, find the main door, and remember that you are representing your town and your company, Miss Holcomb.
So she's got some abilities. So what's the difference? Deliver Reed's message. Read it to Adelaide. And he says, you've learned the power allows, but neither can be removed. Power routed away from travel routes to purple plants. Reed asked you to deliver the message to Adelaide before you headed to the town. We'll just turn it to this for now. Well, actually, let's put it on that. Companion ledger. Everything you need about your companion, you can see their skills, stats, effects, gear. Change your gear. First, you want to swap out compatible item to replace it. You can select how they behave. So she's just got a ranged weapon and a melee weapon? I know I can put armor on her, which tech skills. Distance controls the distance. Stay close, medium, follow up model, or yeah, that'll be fine. So what is she good at though? Controls which the weapon. Melee mixed will switch between based on distance and enemy. Only attacks targets the companion has been told defensive. Once told to attack, aggressive. The companion always engages in attacks when the players enter combat. That's fine.
I want to know what the hell she's good at. Lockpicking, it looks like. Increase her health. Increase the amount of threat this companion generates when attacking, making them more likely to attack her over me. I mean, that'd be nice if I was sniping and stuff. Increase your engineering skill. Well, that's what I'm getting. Increase your chance of looting mods when she's in the party. Yep, she can boost my engineering. Increase your engineering, so sure. Now, is there more than apply? She puts my engineering now at 43, it looks like it.
Got my sights on you.
Don't make me report you to Mr. Thompson.
Wonder how you get his key. I imagine I just shoot him and kill him and then key's mine.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk?
See a bubble? There, I was reading that. I want to know what her abilities are. Because I don't understand what any of those mean.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. I don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. About if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright. Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. Their neighbors. Kin. And maybe he can think of something else to try. Something we ain't. He used to go walking outside town. Maybe he found something that'll help. It's just an idea. That's all. The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it, on account of it being the only clean thing. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways. Where are we headed?
Well, I'm just gonna save, and then I'm gonna hit her things to see what in the hell they do. What's this do?
I'm going.
Okay,
Be right there.
That controls her. What's this do? Does nothing. That does nothing either. I'm assuming that's an attack command. Since I saved, I'm gonna go up here and kill Reed. Just double check that I did save. I did save. I don't know what this does.
Got it!
What is it? Damn, melee hammer. Bam. I think that gets her to focus target.
I'm on it!
She kicked their asses.
Sure thing! You just killed him. Mr. Thompson. Reed Thompson. You killed Mr. Thompson for talking down his nose at me? Let's just...
We're not gonna keep that, because I just wanted to see what was in here. That's why I saved before I did it. Wasn't really anything. Damn it. Wasn't really anything in here. Really. Wouldn't that be good to have? Okay. Alright, let's see, what time are we at? We're at 45 minutes pretty much. And I've got company stopping by here soon to drop off some things. So I think we'll wrap this up here, and then as soon as possible we will continue exactly where I left off and get into what's next. So if you hadn't already, smash that like button and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.